Welcome back to the deep dive. Last time we left Dante ascending into Saturn's heaven.
Hmm.
Remember those contemplative souls climbing Jacob's golden ladder?
Yeah.
Mystical bridge between the divine and earthly illumination.
Right, that connection point.
So today we're continuing that journey. We're diving into the 22nd canto of Paradise.
Canto 22.
And this part, it offers some really profound perspectives. Our mission for this deep dive, as always, is to try and find something genuinely useful for you, something you can take away for your own journey through life. Okay, let's unpack this a bit.
Sounds good.
So, Dante's still in Saturn's heaven in this canto, and this is where he meets Saint Benedict of Nursia, the founder of Western monasticism.
Big deal. A huge figure, yeah. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how he appears.
Right.
Despite his, monumental significance, he just shows up as a light among other lights. There's no grand display, no fanfare.
Mhm.
And that reflects his own rule of monastic humility, doesn't it? It reinforces that idea we've seen earlier in Paradise, that real spiritual greatness is actually found in simplicity, not in putting on a show.
It's substance over style, really.
Exactly.
And this humility, it kind of underscores his message, which is pretty powerful, like Pier Damiani back a couple of cantos.
Oh, yes, the critic.
Yeah, Benedict doesn't just, show up. He delivers this quite stern denunciation. He's lamenting how his own monastic order has sort of drifted, becoming places of luxury instead of, well, quiet prayer and devotion.
Absolutely. And if we connect that to the bigger picture, his lament speaks volumes about the necessity of constant renewal.
Renewal, how so?
Well, it highlights this timeless truth, I think. Even the most noble institutions, whether they're religious orders, companies, organizations, whatever, they demand continuous vigilance
Okay.
and reform, just to uphold their original ideals, their purest intentions, like a constant check-in.
Yeah.
Are we still living up to why we started this?
That makes sense. A kind of institutional self-awareness.
Precisely.
And then right after this really powerful encounter, Beatrice literally pulls Dante higher.
Upwards again.
Upwards again, guiding him to the eighth heaven, the fixed stars. And from this incredible vantage point, Dante looks back. He sees the entire universe he's just traveled through,
Wow.
all the planetary heavens, and then our tiny Earth. And he famously describes it as the little threshing floor that makes us so fierce.
That phrase, the little threshing floor.
It's so evocative.
Isn't it? Imagine seeing everything, all our struggles, our wars, our passions, from that distance.
It really brings up a key question for Dante and for us. What does that kind of cosmic perspective do? How does it change things?
Yeah, what's the effect?
Well, it radically shifts his view,
Yeah.
right? What seemed absolutely immense and maybe terrifying from down on Earth, political fights, human drama, all our conflicts, from up there, it just looks like a small, almost insignificant battlefield. This is the real power of perspective.
It's an invitation, really, for all of us to try and seek broader viewpoints when we're caught up in our own daily struggles, gaining that strategic clarity, you might say.
Stepping back to see the bigger picture makes our problems seem manageable.
Potentially, yes. Or at least puts them in a different context.
And this canto, it also marks a really crucial transition in Dante's journey through Paradise itself, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
Sure.
This is the last heaven where he has these direct encounters with individual souls
Right, before he moves toward...
before he moves towards that ultimate vision of divine unity. So this transition toward the universal, as I might call it, teaches us something important.
Okay, what's that?
That the spiritual journey and maybe, any real journey of self-discovery leads us away from just focusing on our particular selves, our individual concerns, towards a more universal understanding, towards unity. It's a theme that gets much deeper as we go further into Paradise, moving beyond the specific stories to the ultimate divine reality.
From the many to the one, essentially.
You could say that, yeah.
So wrapping this up, what does all this mean for you, listening now, on your own life's journey?
This deep dive into Canto 22, it really offers some profound stuff on perspective and integrity.
Definitely. Think about it. How could seeking a broader view like Dante looking down at Earth from the stars maybe make your own struggles or frustrations seem smaller, more manageable?
Yeah.
And also consider humility. Saint Benedict's simple appearance, but also his powerful critique. It shows how humility can actually be the foundation for true greatness, for lasting impact. It's not weakness, it's strength.
It's a quiet strength. So here's a final thought for you to mull over. How might cultivating that humility and intentionally seeking a broader, more, let's say, cosmic perspective, how might that transform your own fierce little threshing floor?
How would your own conflicts look from way up there?
Something to think about. This has been The Deep Dive, episode 89. Thank you so much for joining us on this exploration through paradise.
Thanks, everyone.